Reverse crunches are going to be working those lower abdominals. Lay flat down on your mat with your feet about hip width apart, flat on the floor. Your hands are going to extend down towards your sides with the palms touching the mat. Really think about exhaling through those lower abdominals and keeping your lower back in contact with the floor. For our first variation, slowly rock your pelvis back and forth, driving those knees up directly to the ceiling, straight over the hips. Try to minimize how far back you are bringing your knees. They should not be rocking back over the rib cage. Your hips should just barely be lifting up off the floor, only about half an inch or so, going directly up towards the sky. For an increased challenge, we're going to straighten the legs as we raise those hips up. Think about bringing the knees and the toes only up to the level of the belly button and no farther. Again, you don't want to be rocking all the way back over the rib cage. The hips should barely be lifting up off the floor. Something you can think about is keeping your feet and your knees directly over the hips. Imagine the legs making a nice perpendicular line with the floor as you raise up into your reverse crunch. If you're performing these with a straight leg, you do want to bend your knees back down and tap your toes gently on the floor in between each repetition. For our final variation and increased challenge of reverse crunches, you're going to keep those legs straight as you lower them down in between each repetition. The big challenge with these is lowering your legs in between each rep. You do need to maintain lower back contact. You should not have any space between your back and the floor as you lower those legs. If you need to raise your legs a little bit higher as you lower them down in between each rep, that's totally fine. The biggest thing is making sure we're maintaining low back contact with the floor during the entire exercise and shooting those toes up over those hips to the sky.